this is separating mixtures. Our focus question is, how can a mixture be separated? So that is what we're focused on as we go through this investigation. So you are going to write this question at the top of your page with the date. We have our little sheet called separating mixtures or mixtures glued right underneath it, correct? Mm-hmm. All right, good. So let me go ahead and explain what we have here. So we have this powder, and I've marked it P for powder. And this powder is actually called Diatomnatious Earth. And Diatomnatious Earth comes from broken down or seashells and animals that are like sea animals, and they use this in filters, like in swimming pool filters, to help clean your swimming pool. So this is Diatomnatious Earth, and I have that right here. It's under powder. It's like a powder-like substance, almost like a baby powder substance, but it's not quite as soft. Then we have gravel, and this gravel is like river rock, something that you would find just if you were maybe at the river. If you've been camping, you might find this fine little rocks. Then we have, and I have that in here, gravel, marked gravel. And then I have Epsom salt. So I have 3 different things that I'm working with here. I have a stir stick marked P for powder, 1 for G for gravel, and 1 S for salt. Yes, Jose, what is it?
So are you going to mix the gravel, the salt, and the powder together?
No.
Okay.
Instead, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move this so it's easier to pour. What I'm going to do, thinking about our focus question, how can a mixture be separated? So now, technically, before pandemic, you would actually be doing this in small groups, but we can't have you do it now. Maybe we'll find some things that you can do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this syringe, and I'm going to take water. I'm going to suck up water to 50 milligrams. And if you look at your page, at your chart, you can see where it says part 2, add 50 milliliters of water, one full syringe to each cup. Now, 50 milliliters is really only half. Oh, yeah. No, it's 2 ounces. No, it's about 1 3/4 ounces. But what I'd like you to do is I'm going to walk around with these cups, and I'm going to have you look into the cup as I walk around, and you're going to write down what you observe. What do you observe for color? What do you think its texture might feel like? What shape do you notice? And what size do you think the particles are in? And you're just going to fill that in. Okay. Color, texture, particle shape, and size. Okay. And you're going to fill in your charts the best of your ability. Okay, so fill in your chart. Think about the color. the texture, the particle shape, and size. Don't you think we would be getting to that? So we have a lot of good knowledge there.
So I'm just thinking like what will it look like? No,
Fill in the chart.
You gotta fill in the chart.
Alright.
What we're gonna color with the texture.
So you're going to fill in your chart to the best of your ability. Color, texture, particle shape, particle size.
Texture.
Yep, color. You fill in your chart with words to describe the particle shape, the color, the shape, the size.
How do you feel?
Soft.
Its texture, but look at it, like, it's like transparent. Yeah, look at how it's crystally, like it kind of shines, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See how it's multicolored? It's not just one color, huh? And then look at that salt. But is it totally white, or is it have like, is it little like see-through almost?
Transparent.
Like a crystal, like transparent? Okay, let's get our chart filled in. So that's part one. All right, so now I'm gonna come back here. And now I'm going to do part two. You guys finish?
Yeah.
Finish with your chart. Okay. Now I'm going to take 50 milliliters. So you hold. Gotta keep going. So I use a syringe to collect 50 milliliters of water, and I'm going to add it to my solid. I'm going to do it to each one so that they both have, all three have the same amount of liquid. Okay, now I'm going to take my pea stick for powder. And I'm going to stir really well. I'm going to take my G stick for gravel. I'm going to mix my gravel. And my S stick for my salt. So remember, going back to our focus question, how can a mixture be separated? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around again. And I want you to make an observation of the change. So it says add the 50 milliliters of water to each cup. Stir and observe. Write your observations on the opposite page. So gravel and water, powder and water, salt and water. So on the opposite page, will you please make 2 lines, and you don't need to, maybe go down 5 lines. 5 lines, yes. Opposite page. Maybe go down 5 lines, and we're going to name that. Remember, just go down 5 lines.
I did more than 5.
I don't think you need to go down any farther than 5. It says to label it gravel and water, powder, and water. In Spanish, that's polvo. And then salt and water.
What I said was G and water, S
That's
and
fine.
water, and
That's totally fine. All right. So you have those 3 down now, right? Okay, so now I'm going to walk around with the gravel, and you're going to make an observation of what change do you notice?
it's gonna be dirtier.
Okay. What change? Is there a change? Do you notice any change? Just what do you notice?
Just made ocean water, salt water. Hey, it's gonna be cold too. So it's all water. Okay, so the fishes.
Okay.
Save
Reproduce the place.
Do you notice much change?
It's like I said, it's dirtier. What kind of box is that? Gravel.
It's just river rock.
Oh.
It's just river rock things.
I'm gonna say river rock and staying there still.
Yeah.
Why are those people trying to get in? Still staying. Stop.
You want to just go down. This way.
Wait, is gravel the rock?
Yes, gravel is the river rock.
Ooh.
I wonder how hot a rock would be.
I didn't see I said I didn't see any difference. I did, but not much change.
Oh, the rocks
They're smaller.
You think they got smaller? Really?
Kind of.
I mean,
I just put no change.
like because of the water.
Yeah, that's what I put, bro. I said, the water is darkish. Wait, what? Water is darkish.
Also, I have to.
No change. Yeah, also, that's what I also put.
It's like you collected river.
Really ready? Like a whip. Krillin. What are you doing? There's something wrong with it.
It looks like there's so many videos and he's trying to say some music.
It's okay. It's actually kind of cool though.
Okay,
It's actually kind of cool.
so now we're going to powder and water. We're going back to the Diatomnatious Earth.
There's no more powder. That's my guess.
What does it look like now?
Milk. Like milk.
Lemon.
Yeah, that's what I said, a milky and chalky substance. Yeah,
But you haven't looked at it yet, so
well, I can see it from here.
It looks like milk with water.
Oh, it was like, what are you talking about? Prediction correct. It's cloudy.
Oh my god, that great.
Manual. Some white. It's the white strawberry. The cherry.
I bang my desk because it's very sweet. I bang my head because it's
Okay, milk or chocolate.
Chocolate.
Did you make the little chart here?
Not a bird.
Oh yeah. You know what? You know something funny? Oh, the places you
The JoJo's what's like trending
Milk substance.
And then you guys in the manga and then he goes to I feel like the
And now we're going to go to the salt with water.
You know powdered milk?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
That's how you cook.
Salt water.
There's gonna be.
Dude, is it broken down? Is it?
I like the chain. I like that.
Beat me up now. Yeah, there is. They can beat. I could beat them up so easily.
You guys are
Yeah.
Anyway, you can like do. So like if you guys wanna you would even be on Jesus.
Or I'll just use my
Yeah, what do you think about
Remember, there was salt.
No, you're not.
It just dissolves
James, take pictures.
You really know. Say you're fine. Hey Siri.
It's better if you don't know what
Okay. So, what is your observation?
It wasn't huge.
All right. So,
What do you want?
Powdered water.
so what did you think happened here, friends?
Wow. Gravel was like hard, so it's not doing anything.
So gravel, was there much change with the gravel?
It's a pure gravel is river. It looks like river rock, and the water is dirty.
Yes. And what about the polvo, the powder, the diatomaceous
milk
earth?
mixed with water.
It became cloudy, right? Like watered down milk.
It looks like milk.
And then the salt,
It's all dissolved.
clear.
It looks like salt water.
It dissolved, right? Okay, so
Let's go swim in it.
how can a mixture be separated? So my question for you is, how can I return the gravel back to just the gravel? Like separate the water from the gravel. How could I do that?
Strain it. Don't put water with the gravel.
Get some milk.
You would use a syringe to pull out the water?
Drink it.
Really?
Use that thing in the
Is that really a good idea?
Use that. You can drink the salt water.
Yes.
That thing right there.
Yeah.
Use that thing that's right there.
Okay. Let me think about that. What about if I used a screen?
That's what I was saying.
Could I use a screen
No, it would fall out.
and put
But for the others,
now? So wait a minute. Could I take this water and gravel and pour it here? And now
Wow.
it's just back to gravel?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Here.
Here, I'll walk around.
No, it's like
Yeah, but it's,
yeah, when you go golden.
I mean, if I left it here. Did I separate the water from the gravel? Did I separate the water?
Miss, can you drop one?
3, 2, 1.
And we're done.
Remember, friends, I'm still recording this lesson.
I know.
Now, how does that make you look as a scholar?
Did we answer the question? Amazing. Oh, I'm just such a good scholar.
Yeah, but the question is, was I able to separate the water from the gravel?
Not completely.
Was I able to separate the water?
So the effort's pretty chill. You should join that.
I know, but it's separated, correct? Isn't it? All of the gravel is here. All of the right, but what if it's dry?
No, that's you simply way to let things
If you cannot sit with the shirt.
So I would have to just sit there.
But how can you put that on lightsaber?
It's easy. Just psych it.
No, yeah, that's why. That's why.
That's crazy.
Oh, the butterfly's flying. That's why we're teaching the best call.
Or you can just go like under it. No idea.
Yet again, I'm having to remind you that you're having side conversations that have nothing to do with science right now. Okay. All right, so now, how on earth, if I was able to separate this gravel from the water, let me move this down. Let me so you can see the table a little bit better. Okay, so here I was able to separate the water and the gravel. Now, salt. What is the word to describe what happened with the salt?
It dissolved.
It dissolved into the water. How would I separate the water from the salt?
You don't need
Yeah.
to. It's already set. You strain it.
But it's dissolved. It's part of the water now.
It's the works.
So it's back to what I said. You can separate a solid from a solid and a liquid from a solid, but you can't separate two liquids because they're
But the
stuck
salt
together.
wasn't a liquid.
But you can boil the water and it will make the salt again.
Oh, what was that?
You can boil the water and then it can make the salt again.
So if I don't have anything to boil the water with in order to separate the water, what could I use?
The sun.
The sun.
sun.
And you know what? I do have evaporation trays. Friends, I have evaporation trays, so I'm going to put the water that has the salt in it in an evaporation tray, and then we'll watch to see what happens over the next few days, okay? To see if we can go back to separating the salt from the water. Now, our last thing, what about water and the powder? James?
Or that.
James says to take this funnel with a filter in it, and then what am I going to do?
Pour it in there because the water's gonna leak through the thing, but the powder can't go.
Oh, so if I take the powder substance, right? I have something under here to catch it. So if I take the powder water and I put it,
It separated.
that was nice. Okay. What's happening right now?
It's raining.
Okay. Do you think I'm separating the water from the powder right now?
Yeah.
Why not with the salt?
Well, the salt is now a part of the water.
I know it's hopeless, but
So instead, we're going to put it in an evaporation tray to try to separate the water from the salt, right? Okay, so we're almost done. All right, we're almost there.
it's gonna drip for hours.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get Daphne. Can you hand me that roll of paper towels real quick? Thank you. All right. So Okay. So now I'm going to take this and maybe I'll get a colored piece of paper. Okay. Okay, so now let's see what happened to our powder.
It looks like slime and glue.
So
Looks like glue.
It's like glue.
Yeah, it looks like glue.
It looks like glue. What if we
oobleck,
can use that for glue?
like oobleck.
I don't think it would work.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it work?
Alexa, throw in the water bottle. Alexa, well,
Can you wait that?
it's rough. It's hard.
That means
You're supposed to feel it.
Yeah, it's actually right.
Because they
Water
use
filter? No.
you were supposed to.
Think of them dies. It's hard.
I think it's what we done
Does it turn back into a solid?
Yeah, it does.
So if you touched it, if you touched it, look at your finger. Wouldn't?
Yeah, it went on my finger.
Touch it.
Or made up that when you put conditioner and moisturizer, it burns. Dry later.
Do you feel it on your fingers?
No, I just have it.
It's like pancake whips though.
Why does it What do you do with conditioner?
It feels like frosting. Yeah, like the
Okay.
frosting.
So, friends, how can a mixture be separated? Underneath where you just took your notes in an open spot, I want you to go back and try to give me some information and tell me what happened.
How to do it? Can I see for the FQ like in this page?
Yep, and I'm going to pass out another page that you are going to fill in regarding us separating.
Throwing in another one.
We're blasting off again.
Yes.
I'm a professional.
You can glue, friends. You can glue this page on the page across from there, and you can fit in your notes around. Or you can turn the page.
We're out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But
friends, remember, we're going to try to answer that focus question. How can a mixture be separated? All right.
I'm joking, Alexa. I am joking.
No, do it.
So here is our salt water. And answer the focus question, how can a mixture be separated? Tell me what you learned.
Is that your separated by other?
So I'm going to take these little separation discs for the evaporation tray. I'm going to pour the water. Spread this out so it's all full. And then we're going to, so this is Monday at 10:26. So we're going to check this on Thursday
At 10:26.
at 10:26, and we're going to check to see the difference between if the salty water has changed. Okay? So, did you fill in the new chart I just gave you?
No.
The new chart I just gave you, you should be able to fill it in based on what we just did.
What's that?
Start at the top and read the directions.
Separate all fluid mixtures using screens and filters.
Did we do that?
Yeah. Place the screen over an empty labeled cup. Stir the mixture
Thoroughly.
Pour the mixture through the screen. Pour the mixture through the filter piece.
So, let me ask you.
We didn't go there.
If I took this gravel and I tried to filter it through the filter paper, what would happen?
It would break. Gravel would be in there.
This would have what in it? Gravel, right?
It's just not like stuck to the.
Now, if I took the powder and I tried to put the powder through the
It
screen,
goes through.
what would happen? What would have happened to the powder?
It wouldn't go in.
Yeah,
It would. The powder would just go right straight through this. It wouldn't have been. It's not fine enough to catch the powder, right? Maybe we'll have to go back through this tomorrow because it doesn't seem like you guys totally understand. Okay, so let's get cleaned up and
Go!
no.
Oh yeah.